We should say we have a microphone here, so anybody that wants to ask a question can start forming a line. We will come to as many of you as we can do throughout. But first of all, I just want to ask a question to all of you. It's a show that loves to shock, and it's hilarious at the same time. What were the bits when you read the script and you were writing that you thought, I cannot wait for this? Either a line of yours or a moment, a scene that you're thinking, wow, that is truly shocking or hilarious.
I mean, for me, it was always the line that I was going to deliver. I mean, you all know Firecrackers one-liners are absolutely revolting and hilarious. So, you know, things like the LGB terror dungeons and space lasers. It's just every time I'm like, okay, and I heard myself to say that in front of people.
I mean, how crazy is Termite exploding his boyfriend's dick? To me, when I read that, I was on set of a different project and I was supposed to be quiet in like a separate room and I yelped out loud and I got yelled at because I was like, they're gonna fucking do that? How the hell are they gonna do that? Like I just couldn't believe where the writer's imagination goes. It's totally crazy.
Mine is more so like I had moments where I'm like, I don't know if I'm capable of doing this. And one that really comes to mind is I think that it's easy to like watch our show and think that maybe certain moments aren't scripted. Like, for example, one that I think of is the entire Herogasm episode. Laz Alonso, my dude and I, we were there every day, all day. We were the only actors from the main cast who were there every day, all day. I saw so much that week, so much. But it was when I read in the script, upon entry into the Herogasm house, when we were being sniffed by Love Sausage, if you know, you know, like sniffed like a dog would sniff us, and we're like flinching away. The way that we gain entry into the party is I'm recognized as Starlight because Love Sausage smells me out. He can detect that I'm Starlight. But it was reading in the script verbatim that my way of getting Laz, Mother's Milk, into the house, into the hero orgy was by saying that he just gobbles that, can we curse? He just gobbles, and I called that vagina right up, nom, 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 nom. And I was like, I'm even blushing now saying it. I was like, ow, I'm not going to do this. We get to set reserved before we get. And I started to think notes from Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and Kirky, our showrunner and executive producers. They're like, make it more serious and not as funny. Like, he really does it well. I was like, guys, I can't do this like mincingly and less awkward. And I was like, I don't think Annie would feel really uncomfortable doing this, but it was seen on the page. Yeah, he gobbles that vagina right up, nom, nom, nom. Gained us entry into Herogasm, and here we are.
But I have to say, Erin, I laughed out loud when I saw you enter that line. You're doing so well.
As uncomfortable as I looked, but it was that moment. I was like, how am I going to do this? Can't do it. How is this going to come out now? And it happened and by the way, that Love Sausage, there was a prosthetic Love Sausage, like in our face, so that was not green screen acting. We were dunking a massive penis, smelling us. To spell it out.
Follow that, Adrian.
Yeah, you know, luckily I haven't had to deal with as much, as many private parts, you know, in my face on the show. But, you know, for me, if you go to season 4, where I get to speak for the first time, and I was excited to speak, first of all, but then you look at the scene around it, and everyone's just, like, destroying people with baseball bats. And that was one scene that was just, it was fun because I wanted to speak, but also, you know, you throw yourself into such a gruesome scene, you know, and you know, when you think about it, it makes you a little queasy. But another scene that was fun to film because it was a little meta for me was the last scene, one of my last scenes in season 4, where Noir kills also Ashley, and also
a gift to be given a character or a plot point that you're not sure you can like achieve in terms of whatever's required of it, and then get it done and at least say, well, I've done it, and move forward in your work and say, many of these things that I've now handed, I want to always look for challenges, and challenges never end. And I'm not saying I nailed it to a degree where they don't continue to present themselves to me. I get nervous at work all of the time, but that gave me something that just will forever change. I love that storyline thinking, oh, I'm like really satisfied with how my, like, how work has gone, not my work specifically, in a way that I felt such immense gratitude that now my cup is so full. Anything else is surplus. And to be able to say that is really selfish, ultimately. It's a solipsistic answer, but it's the truth. I have a bias towards season 4, for sure.
I'm gonna say in season 1 or 3, but why it's difficult for me is because I feel like when you're so close to something and when you're in the making of it, sometimes it's hard to step back and really appreciate it in the way you would as a fan. So there are some ways in which I think it's gonna have to be a couple of years after season 5 when I can really go back and look over everything with like kind of fresh eyes again, because it's been so long, that I'll be able to really take in the show the way all of you take it in, the way I want to. But off the top of my head, I would say 1 or 3.
Great questions. Very much. Thank you. Okay, let's get straight on with the next question.
Pick a character from the series? I would be myself. I think I love noir. I think all of us do such a great job of inhabiting those roles. I think a character who's interesting to me, who, you know, if I had to roll the dice, like, Huey is such an amazing journey and Jack has done such an amazing job. So that character is really interesting and I'd love to explore that journey, but yeah.
I like being evil, so I'm gonna actually say Stormfront. I think I did the most brilliant job with that character. Like, no one could top it, and that's why I say this, like, just leaning into the fact that being evil is really fun. It was cathartic, and the way she portrayed that was just so brilliant, in the way that she found the joy, I like to think of her as, like, sort of similarly to the shifter, like Schadenfreude incarnate. Like, she just embodied this joy in inflicting, like, manipulation and pain onto others, and I like being evil, to put it succinctly and reductively. So, Stormfront, just have fun with it. Yeah, especially after playing such a moral, pure character who is extremely complex. Still, I want to dip my toe back into the evil shit.
I would say the octopus that Chase has a
Tilda Swinton, by the way.
which was played by, yeah, she was
I didn't even know that until I watched the most recent season. I was like, of course they picked the most regal actress, which was that juxtaposition was brilliant.
can make yourself immovable, or you can just like crush people into the ground. Or you can make it so like someone like floats and can't do anything. So like you kind of become really powerful and you can make other people like really weak. Imagine being able to just like flick someone and send them flying. You can do
It's
so
giving villain
much.
right now. It's really giving villain right now.
I would use it for good though.
I mean, all powers can be like. I feel like I've never answered like this with this answer before, but I actually for reasons that I would have previously thought not communicate. I would want to be able to be invisible because I like to attack things kind of like I am not a lawyer. I want facts. I want like I don't like this like culture that we live in of alternative facts and manipulating factual scientific information. It's gonna sound like an insane answer, but this is so me. I want to go into rooms where lies are told behind closed doors, and I want to utilize like those things and the manipulation of truth against people to get justice and facts back on the train of just common acceptance. That's really crazy, but I really want to like. I just am so sick of like debating what's true or what's not when it comes to facts, and that's my honest visceral response. It's not really fun, but I want to be in the room where it happens.
Also, like, it could be like liar, liar.
Yeah,
Like, if they tell a lie, they
yes.
start like, oh.
Yeah, I don't want to spy on anyone. I don't want to do fucked up shit with invisibility. I mean that. I don't want to know things like, I'm the kind of person who is not going to read her partner's journal because I think if you want to read your partner's journal or your partner's phone, it's a sign something's wrong. So I'm not doing it for shady shit. I want to sneak into rooms and I want to be able to like record stuff and say, hey, motherfucker, sorry you watched the show. You're probably
You never ever say that.
you never read that. We also watch the show. You're wrong and I have proof.
So basically like a
Well, you're
human,
right and I have proof.
like a human lasso of truth.
Kind of, and use the invisibility because that's how you use the invisibility. Like, in other words, like, you can sneak into rooms and observe things that people would otherwise not want to be seen.
Colby?
I was gonna say a dentist, but that's just lame. My superpower, I think, would be like making like trees grow super fast.
That's true.
Like I don't know, like it's the only thing that eats carbon in our environment. It's like the best tool for saving the climate. And so I'd just be like, grow tree, grow quickly.
Between the two of us, we would just be like, no president. Like, between the two of us, we would be like, we would be the duo that would genuinely improve the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's not that altruistic.
I know, you need to answer an altruistic.
Mine is like, okay, so what I think of, and this is like, well, still dating you, but that movie Phenomenon. Anybody else watch it? Watch it. First half is great. But I want to be able to learn incredibly quickly. Like, somebody can flip through a book and absorb all the information.
That's good.
Or, you know, like, just absorb and then keep all the information to be able to do everything I want to do. And this is mostly because I get very, like, obsessive about my hobbies. And it can just speed up that time. Learning. But that's good.
It's good.
Great answers. Love those. Brilliant. Great questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, I think he's going to need this microphone a bit higher. We have Butcher. Here he is.
Every year, tons of shows are released on streaming platforms. Some of them great, some of them are fantastic, some like Pusher, are massive. Was there ever a defining moment for you when you realized I struck gold here, I am in a hit show?
This is a pretty good moment right now.
Honestly, I would say when I read the script. And I think, you know, it's easy for that to feel premature, but, you know, one of my home bases is in Vancouver,
production, the quality of the cast, of the writing, you know, everything coming together. Like I was pretty confident early on because I'd seen what had come before and how well that had done, and it was clear to me that we were going to take it to another level.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel similarly in terms of like it intuitively seeming premature when I felt like my definition of striking gold was just coming across the script that I really, really, really dug, especially at that moment in time, a pilot script. That would be my definition because since the show has started to film and since the show has gained traction, I've kept my hand in the work and I've not been able to really, like for example, when a season comes out and there's an intimate scene, like I'm not even talking physically, but emotionally between myself and another character, I'm like, whoa, people are watching this. I become so immersed in the experience of filming that I can't really, in these moments it's amazing to interact with people, it's still surreal to this day. I don't think it will ever lose that quality for me because if it did, it means that I wasn't or I'm not still, I think Annie will forever be me, not to sound saccharine, like grounded in that character, in that world, in a way that needs to keep it alive so that I can perform it. But it was actually, I would say, though I knew we had gold and we struck something, like, we found an alchemy, something that was really special, was my chemistry with Jack. Because I met Eric Kripke, our showrunner, and I'd done like a 90-minute screen test with him. And I left that screen test saying to my team, I love him so much. I'm exhausted by that. I feel like I've run a marathon, but he's brilliant. And then I found out I got it, and Jack was the only guy that I chemistry read with for Huey. And being in the room with Kripke and having read the pilot script, which already, in terms of quality and in terms of its iconoclasm, spoke for itself. Being in the room, and that's the first time Kripke, Jack, and I collaborated and read together in this audition room in Santa Monica, and it was a chemistry read with us. I knew there was something there, and I knew it in a way that I learned by that point and had been conditioned into learning, which was the outcome is the outcome, and we give it to you, and you guys determine the success of it. But no matter what, I had struck gold in that moment with the combination of the quality of the script and this rare alchemy just between the three of us. Anyone else can enter the cast, and I already knew we had a rare combination in that moment.
I got to show up in season 4 when it was already a hit, so that was when I knew, when I booked the show. Which is its own, sort of, I've never had that experience of joining something that late in the game and when it had already taken off, I just had. So I don't want to say it was necessarily like about being nervous or intimidated to join it because I was really excited, and what I learned right away is what made the show special is that everybody is showing up at 150%. There are no throwaway takes. There's no like finding it, nobody's phoning it in, and so you have to just everything firing all the time, which was so exciting. It's so fun to be a part of, and that's the wild ride that is this show, and I think it really translates to the audiences. Like that's our experience on set, and I think that energizes the show so much. It's part of what makes it stand out.
Because I started as a recurring, so I didn't think that I was like a part of the original, like, making of the thing somehow. Kind of felt like a guest. I mean, nobody made me feel like that, but like, my contract was like, you're a guest. Literally. And so I think by the time in season 2, I was also, I didn't have like a full contract either. And then by season 3, I was like invited to like be an official part of the cast, and I did feel a part of the cast at that point, but I think like, sometimes you're in the thing, you don't realize that people are watching it, you don't realize that it's such a big thing. But I was hiking in the Grand Canyon last year, and at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, somebody was like, "The boys!" And I was like, oh shit. At the bottom of the Grand Canyon, you know what I mean? Like it kind of like hits you where you're like, what? People watch this thing. And so now I'm like incredibly grateful that like just an audition for like a guest on this thing turned into what it turned into. It's fucking crazy. Crazy.
Thank you very much for your question. With that in mind, what are the most common things that people shout
someone was like, are you from The Boys? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I recognize you from Aaron's Instagram. And I'm like, oh, cool. All right.
Now you get a commission from every post that I tag me.
Exactly, yeah. The check is in my pocket, actually. Yeah.
That's brilliant, guys. Okay, next question, please.
By the way, no one recognizes me with my dark hair. When I tell you the superficial ways that people just observe my blonde hair. When I tell you, I have not recognized once since I dyed my hair darker. Really? No one recognizes me with my dark hair. Which is not, yeah, no one. No one.
It's a Clark Kent effect.
Except for here, you know.
Yeah. When I'm having time to be here.
Great question. Great question. You must have, I mean, I guess you might know. I don't know. So it's just a
We know we finished the final season, which is why I'm going to sit this one out because I don't want Amazon snipers to take me out right now. I'd rather make it beyond today.
I think that's just a very tricky question.
What about if you could think of a way that was really outlandish that they're never going to do with this and that'll be okay to say?
Well, I'll tell you what I pitched for my superpower. I pitched that Ashley has acid pee and fills up balloons where she like takes them and throws them at people and they melt. And then she's like, I need a more efficient way of distributing my acid pee, and so she built herself a suit with a dick where she can aim it, and she calls herself She. They didn't go for it, needless to say. They did not accept her. Literally, I pitched that to Eric Kripke. And he was like,
Maybe there's a spin-off series there somewhere. This sounds great. I love
But
it.
what I would genuinely like is for Ashley to use her powers for good. That is like where I would like to see her go. Yeah. Or like, you know, dip out with A-Train. Like what a great couple they would make. Right?
That's a spin-off.
Hey, you spin off with A-Train. Hey, Ashley and A-Train.
All right, I would love for Noir to open a spoken poetry jam cafe. He can't really like express himself on the 7, so he just like goes. He has like this spoken word thing, and he just, people come up, suits come up, they express themselves, they snap their fingers, and everyone has a good time.
Love it. It's the thought.
Perfect.
It's beautiful.
Maybe.
If you think of anything you want to deliver while you're up here on stage, I feel like this is your moment to do this.
All right. Go back to you.
Thank you so much for your question. Thank you. Okay, next up, introduce yourself. Tell us your question.
Rewind haiku from the consciousness of Black Noir.
Remind me what haiku is.
Can you just improvise a spoken poetry 3 moments
Okay.
ago?
My helmet is black. My best friend is Jack. I like Pokemon. Some people think it's whack. But I bet you'd have a heart attack if you smacked the motherfucker upside the head and you forgot you weren't dead and the world is just a thread that's unfolding in our heads.
It's open versatile.
It's time to go to bed because end.
Come on, we've got to give it up for that. It's the start of something. This is going to happen.
It's not going to make us end.
It's a metaphor.
Every single thing.